Don't miss my point on inflation, my friends. I tell you, man, it frustrates me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just So I want to share with you a comment my man Jeremy, this is from the video I did, had posted in here. And let's see if I can't find it. So let's go to filter. We're gonna do newest first. Oh no, I don't. Well, if we go to newest first, that means I'll put the oldest down here. And I can't find Jeremy's comment. Hold on a second. I can't find Jeremy's comment. Did he delete it? Anyway, so Jeremy had put in the comments, one of the first comments. So I like Jeremy. He's good. He's been on the channel for a long time. But he said, Josh, I have to fill up my car 7 to 10 times, every 7 to 10 days to commute back and forth to work. Inflation is a real thing. And I commented and said, you're making my exact point. For retirees, they're not driving back and forth to work, man. This whole channel isn't based for younger people. If they want to watch, that's fine. This is for soon-to-be retirees who've been under this assumption that they can't retire because they're going to run out of money because inflation is going to eat them alive and all the market's going to collapse and all that. Don't miss my point when it comes to this stuff, my friends. It's freaking, it actually infuriates me. I'm sitting there thinking, it sucks for Jeremy. He's a young guy. He's going to have to pay more for gas going back and forth to work. I get it. We're all there. We were all there. But we have tons of people who aren't there, who are right here at 55 years old, hating their job. I just got off the horn of the day of the guy. I'm not going to say what kind of line of work he is or anything like that. But when he's at work, he takes his blood pressure, is through like 140 over 90 or something like that. When he's at home, his blood pressure is way down. The work is literally killing him. And he's 64. He's going to be 64 here shortly. He's like, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. And he's living under the false assumption that they've been scaring everybody about. Don't make these mistakes. They're life-threatening. There's life-threatening mistakes. Yes, it infuriates me because people are going to die because of the freaking fake stuff that's out there. Let me show you what I'm talking about. My man Guy, this is on the video I did yesterday about retirement advice for one of my clients, who said, don't wait. Don't wait. He had a stroke. He's fine. Well, fine. But anyway, here's my man Guy. Josh, it was you that said you might not be retired for as long as you think. Last September, I had a coworker that was 63, and I asked him the same question. Why can't you go? You might not be retired as long as you think. 2 days later, I found him dead in his office. I said, man, that's horrible. Won't hear about this in the news, though. I assume he had a heart attack while at work. My ex-employer classified it as he suffered a medical event. And well, Gary goes on to the conspiracy of, but anyway, be it as it may, that guy did not plan to die in his office. His wife did not plan for him to die in his office. But he did. Other people have mentioned this time and time again. People dying in their office, people dying too soon, people dying before they had a chance to enjoy their lives with their friends, their families, their wives. So let me show you something. Price of eggs are actually down over the last 7 years. Huh? Yeah, this infuriates me. I'm sick of the fear mongering. Sick of it. This is America, man. Shit. I thought it was in America. This is America. Here we go. Between 2015, the price of eggs are down 1.2% a year. Price of eggs. Huh, interesting. Oh, my lands, look at that. Going back to 36, the price of eggs have gone and vacillated like that. Oh, but look at that, Josh, look. Yeah, but over the last 7 years, it's down. You can focus on that if you want. Be my guest. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, inflation rate, 18.45 in 2022. But look at that. 2016 is down negative 21%. And then we can go here. Oh, check this out. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Price of a dozen eggs in 1912, 28 cents a dozen. Oh my goodness, Josh, that shows you how much the market has declined, the value of the dollar. 28 cents a dozen. All right, let's take a look at what current prices are going. $2.30 to $3.50 a dozen. So if you take our trusty calculator, in 1912 was 110 years. 110 years. And you can do the same thing if you want, but no one will, because it's easy to say, oh, inflation, we're all going to die. 0.28 is our present value, zero payment. What do we have? We'll say $3 a dozen right now. Oh, hold on a second, I got change that. Boink, 1, enter, boink, 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 view. That's a 2.17% each increase each and every year since 1912. 2.17 in eggs, which are good for you, by the way. But they're high in cholesterol. Yeah, freaking take that out of here, too. I hate that crap. Oh, it drives you up the wall. But no, oh my goodness, but Josh, look at this. It must be nice to be you because you don't have to pay for eggs. I'm like, I'd like to look at, and the reality is, it's not just in 2022. I like to look over the course of my living. But Josh, don't you understand? All right, another guy says he couldn't fly an airplane. All right, and look, these are people who have been on the show for a long time. I'm sorry if it pisses people off. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here, never been here to make friends. Let's take a look at airline fares. So let me just share with you one thing real quick. It was a luxury when I was a kid to be able to fly to California to see my granddad when I was, 10 years old? 8, 9, 10, probably 10 years old, 79, 80. Maybe 81 now, because I think the 49ers had just won so whatever the 49ers had just won the Super Bowl, my granddad lived in Los Altos, and we got to go see a training camp with Joe Montana, Dwight Clark, and I actually got pictures. I don't think Jerry Rice was on the team then. But anyway, we got to go see the training camp. I forgot where it was in Northern California. That I could never afford. That was the first time I ever flown. I mean, it's crazy. The only other time I've ever been out of basically the state of Maine was to drive down to see the Red Sox. I think I've gone twice in my life. And then one time I took a train, an Amtrak, to go see my uncle graduate from the Naval Academy when I was 5 years old. That was it. I'd never been out of the state of Maine except for a couple times going to Boston, one time there. And this is the first time we could ever fly. And the only reason we could fly is because my granddad was a pilot at TWA, so he was able to get us cheaper tickets that he paid for because we could afford it. So I just put the premise there, where we were in the 70s, all right? And now where we are here, airline fares. Let's take a look here. Airline fares going back to let's not even go back to 1963. Let's go back to 2000, just over the last 22 years. Airline fares has averaged, right there, basically nothing. 0.67% a year in the last 22 years. Now this year is bad, 27%. Wonder why? Because of energy. But everyone's like, the Fed's got to beat inflation because the Fed controls the cost of energy. It's freaking insanity, man. It's idiotic. I'm sorry. Ticks people off. Everyone unsubscribe. I don't care. This idea that the Fed can do something about that is so freaking stupid. It's embarrassing that people suggest this. Don't suggest this on this channel. And then we go back to, let's say, 2014. Let's go back to 2014. So you might not be able to travel this year. Okay. Well, it's gone down 1.3% since 2014. Even with this huge increase this year. We put some perspective. What used to cost $100 in 2014 is now $90. Anyone can fly. And you don't have to fly Spirit Airlines. Then other people said beef. All right, let's look at some beef, shall we? Let's look at beef here. All right. You think I'm a rookie at this stuff? I've been studying this for a long time now, and I've been following this my book's going to be about. All right, so we're going to look at beef. Oh, look at that. Beef is up 6% this year. Okay, well, beef is up 9.6% in 2020. Down, down, down. So let's look at beef, though. We'll go back to 2000. Let's look at the price of beef. And let's see what we got. It's averaged 4.5% a year over the last 22 years. That's going to keep you from buying beef? All right, so let's take a look, shall we? Let's look at what a pound of ground chuck was, shall we? Let's take a look. From the Indianapolis News, 31 December 1980. Let's just take a look, shall we? Can I make this bigger? Hold on just a second. Let's see if we can't make it bigger. Chuck roast right there, $1.29 a pound. Interesting. That was 42 years ago. Ground chuck, $1.69 a pound. You can get ground beef right now at $3 a pound at Kroger. You can go to Costco and get $3 a pound. You can get at Publix a more expensive, but even Publix has some sales. There's pork roast, 88 cents a pound. Interesting. Spare ribs, $1.18 a pound. Spare ribs. Is that I'm not sure what that's, I don't know what, in terms of, well, there it is. That's what you need. Bananas, 28 cents a pound. That is in 1980, my friends. 1980. You're telling me you can't eat beef now? T-bone steak at $3.88 a pound? Sirloin steak at $3 a pound. You can't eat beef? What? The Akron Beacon Journal in 1906, food prices, the local markets, prices charged by retailers. There's eggs, 25 cents, let's say 35 cents a dozen. Interesting. Bushel of potatoes, 65 cents. Let's look at some beef, shall we? We got chickens. Turkey, 15 cents a pound. Oh, that's so much better, Josh. Oh, there's a beef dressed per pound. I can't tell what that says. 8, I can't tell. Sheep, there's some lamb. There's some oats. There's some butter. We already talked about turkeys per pound. Let's see if we got turkey dressed, 25 cents. Maple syrup. Let's keep it. Bargain grocery from South Bend, Indiana. Let's see. Strawberries, 2-pound size for 5 cents. Blackberries, 3-pound size for 12 cents. All right, interesting. So 12 cents for a 3-pound of blackberries and $18.90. Here's some 2 pounds of blue. All right, let's see. Coffee, 24 pounds of sugar, $1. That was so cheap back then. Yeah, I'm gonna share with you why this is insanity. 4 cans of sweet corn, 25 cents. And that was in what from the Portage, Wisconsin, $18.95. Cheaper back then, wasn't it? Not relative to income. What was your income? What was your income? The Burlington Free Press, 15 May of 1947, right after the war. So here we go. Prime roast. I can't see that. Hold on a second. We got steaks, 6. I can't even see what kind of steaks those are. Prime rib roast, 49 cents. A pound. A pound. We got pork roast, 37 cents. Roast beef, 59 cents. We got fish. We got pea soup. We got frosted foods. We got groceries. Mayonnaise, 49 cents. I can't tell what that is. Marshmallows, butter, 59 cents a pound. All right, let's see what else we got here. Florida oranges, and this is in May. Interesting. Florida oranges probably weren't cheap, I would think. Was 2 dozen for 59 cents. Let me just for a second. Because you know who didn't have oranges? You know who didn't have beef? You know who didn't have things like that? A significant sizable population, because they didn't have the money to afford it. You know who didn't have beef growing up? This guy. We had liver. We had lots of freaking pasta. We had liver. We had powdered milk. Government cheese. Oh, I can't afford it? You freaking kidding me? You kidding me? Give me a freaking break. I can't retire because inflation is eating me alive. You know what else we couldn't afford? We couldn't afford to take a plane. We couldn't afford beef. You can afford it. It's called this thing called substitution. You say, well, I want to buy beef or I want to buy a plane ticket. Well, wasn't that long ago where very few of us could do all that stuff. It disgusts me. This level of freaking just pure entitlement. I shouldn't be. Look, I don't care. I have no people left on my channel. I don't care. I'm still doing this because I enjoy it. This is insanity. I read these comments like, what? People on the lower end. That sucks. They're this thing. You know what they don't account for in income? They don't account for transfer payments, people. Transfer payments are welfare. Have you never been to a grocery store when the EBT cards, it used to be these things right here. Let me show you. Hold on, let me pause it. It used to be these things, the food stamps. When the food stamps, your coupon, you get a little book, like a checkbook. You get a little coupon book, and you have ones and brown. The purple is 5. I think orange was a 10s. I don't think there was 20s, but you get a coupon book sent to your house. And once a month or something like that, you get the coupon book and you go to the grocery. Now they upload your EBT card. You know what have you ever been to a grocery store when the EBT cards are uploaded? You think these people are starving to death? Now, if you're poor in the working class spectrum and you're hurting, that sucks. I grant you. You're still living. I don't know what it is, man. I don't get it. I don't understand. You're still living a hell of a lot better. I can't take it. All right, so let me show you something else. I know if you have a brand new cell phone, if you got a brand new car out there, and you freaking, you got sleeve tattoos, I frankly don't want to hear it. But anyway, I just don't, because it's that you're griping about the cost of living while you're doing all this stuff. It's insanity. Or if you're going to the bar, you're drinking at night with the boys, or if you're going out and you're buying lunch every day at lunch, you're going out and buying it, or if you're I literally don't want to hear it, man. I'm eating out I'm eating out all the time. I'm buying coffee. I'm just that it's silly. All right, so here's my man. So this is the guy I was talking about earlier today. Couldn't retire, worried about it. Paralysis by analysis. I get it. So he's making $10,000 a month. Here's his taxes. Here's his planned savings. So you can see right here, between his planned savings and his taxes, he's what's that? 44,000. We'll just say 45,000 a year is going out the door for his taxes. That's his income tax, his FICA, and his state income tax as well, and his savings. So his $45,000 a year of his 117 is going out the door right out the gate. So 117 minus 45, that leaves him $69,000 left. When all said and done. Now, this isn't a perfect analysis, but I just want to show it to you for simplicity. We don't know his expenses. He didn't have it pretty good. I said, "You think you're spending $100,000 a year?" He goes, "I don't know, man." I said, "Okay." Anyway, so we go over here. He's going to sell his house. He's going to move someplace. But look, he's got guaranteed income from Social Security, and he's going to annuitize one of his investments, and he's going to get $10,000 a year on an annuity. So between his annuity and he and his wife's guaranteed income, they're going to have $5,000 a month coming in. They got no debt whatsoever. He wants to take a little bit of a travel every now and again. He wants to save up for a new car, a new to him car. I said, "Can you live off $88,000 a year?" Yeah, I think I can. All right. So you got Social Security coming in at $55,000. You got $90,000 going out. So we need $35,000 from your portfolio. All right. If you take it from your brokerage account, it keeps you at the 12% tax bracket. That means you pay no capital gains. Oh, by the way, because your wife is only on Obamacare, if you keep your income, which it will be low, on your AGI, it's going to be well below $75,000, because the bulk of his Social Security is tax free. You're going to qualify for Obamacare, significant premium subsidies. So that's going to reduce his expenses probably $6,000-7,000 a year. Can you live off that? Yeah, I think I can. He's worried about retirement. Now he's not anymore. Now he's like, whoa, let's check this out. Typical client right here. About $1 million in investments. House worth $300,000 or $400,000. Now he inherited a cabin from his pops, so his house is only $300,000, but his cabin is worth more. The cabin is passed down generations. Only a little bit left on his mortgage. He's got some life insurance cash value. Net worth 1.7. That's my typical client right here. 50-50, 60-40 portfolio, getting about 4.5 to 5% rate of return projections. Notice no debt. But he can't retire. And I'm not this guy, but many of you, I can't retire. So I'm going to be like my man Guy was talking about, that he died at his office, his chair. Horrible. So then I said, well, let's bump up your income a little bit. And we're going to have you spending $10,000 a month as opposed to, I think we had him like $8,000 a month or something like that. I can't remember. But I said, let's bump it up a little bit. Can we make this work? You only got, we're going to have him retire at the end of this year. And we're going to bump up your income needs a little bit as well. A little bit, about 20%. All right. Can we make it work? And so you can see we got no income coming in other than that small annuity. And then he'll have his Social Security kicking in at 70 as opposed. We're just messing around. And he's coming out pretty good. He's not as great as I like, but he's still over 75%, which is good. So if he were to retire at the end of this year, he's not going to, but if he were to do that, because his blood pressure is getting higher and higher and higher, take Social Security at 70 and spend literally 25% more than what we initially had, with 20% more, he's still sitting pretty good. But no, let's keep plugging away, letting blood pressure pick up. And again, not this guy. I'm just saying the general viewing audience here. I don't get why. I just don't understand. You can be negative if you want. I don't care. Do what you got to do. What would the Bible say? Let me just go to my front page of my website. Ecclesiastes. I can't believe I said that without bumbling and stumbling. I know there is nothing better for men than to rejoice and be good and do good while they live. Rejoice. So let's go back to a couple more comments here on my channel about the inflation numbers, because it's absurd, man. Here we go. Here's wait to see how long it takes for the Fed to get inflation back under control. I can't. I mean, I got words. I can't say anything because okay. I plan on retiring at 64, 65 in 5 years. We'll see whether I have to work past that due to surging inflation. Okay. Let's see here. And I want to show you something right here. Well, this guy gets it. My mortgage payment doesn't really change because it's fixed. So that's the whole point about the CPI numbers. A third of it is going to your housing cost. Now he says, my food costs are astronomical. Yeah, because food is going up. But where was it the last 5 years? It's going up this year. Yes. Yes, I got 4 kids. You think I don't understand? But the idea that surging inflation is going to make you work an extra 2 years is okay. Do what you got to do. Whatever you put your head on your pillow. I don't care. Not this guy, the other guy. But I'm just sitting there thinking, but if just keep going. But you know why food costs more? Because of the freaking energy. Because you're focusing. This is the problem here. This guy's focusing on this guy right here. Fed. Focus on the greens. It's not the Fed. Anyway, so I want to show you. Inflation is much higher than 9.1%. I said, prove it. He goes, they don't measure it now like they did back then. No freaking crap, Sherlock. That's what the video was on. I didn't watch. And he says, I remind him of Jim Cramer. Okay, whatever. Because I mandated vaccines. Do you not agree with Shadow Stats? He computes CPI the way they computed it in the 80s. I did that in the video. No, he didn't. I don't know what. Look, I get Shadow Stats. Everyone says inflation is 30%. I just showed you how they computed in the 80s in that last video. I'm not going to do it again. Well, maybe I'll just show you real quick. Right here. Here we go. 1986, 1985. Literally did that in that video I just did. All right, so whatever. Real inflation is well over, right here, over 20% if you include things we actually need to survive. Oh, really? Is that true? So let's just take a look, because real inflation, i.e. electricity, let's just take a look. What's the cost of electricity there, guy? Let's see. I mean, if you just want to look at it for 6 months, fine. It'd be like saying, my stock market is doing better than yours because last 6 months, all right? Oh, inflation of electricity, 1.55% a year increase going back to 1913. Let's just go to 2008. Or we got 2000 before they came up with fracking, shall we? Let's go to the cost of electricity. Oh my goodness, 2.96% a year. Look at that. Oh man, and that includes that year right there. Oh my goodness, 2.96% a year. And we'll go back to 2000. I'll say 2015, just for giggles. It's gone up 2.2% a year. I wonder what the market has done. I'm just curious. Wonder what your income has done. I'm just curious. Oh boy. Things we actually need. We need energy, we need food, and we need water. Let's keep reading. I think the real inflation numbers, so how could the real inflation number be that much higher when the facts are the significant part of inflation is the cost of your home? I'm done here. Do what you got to do with it. Unsubscribe. Don't care. You got to do what you got to do. I refuse to sit here and live in fear and scaremongering. And oh my goodness, just because it's insane, man. You live in the United States of America. There ain't no one without 3 hots and a cot. It's just not true. There is no food. What they say, the food scarcity of there's some thing they do just to try to remove you from your money. Food scarcity, 1 in 4 kids goes to bed hungry at night. And it's so freaking fake. But whatever. All right. Love to hear your thoughts. See ya.